Good evening and welcome. You're watching India Today. I'm Pooja Shali and it was the second day of the Congress Plenary session which began with a high-octane start on Saturday. Party President Rahul Gandhi, while delivering the closing address, equated the Bharatiya Janata Party and specifically the RSS with the Kauravas by quoting the Hindu epic Mahabharata, saying they were designed to fight for power, also spreading lies. Rahul Gandhi accused the Prime Minister and the BJP of hate politics. He said BJP has painted an imaginary world called Achhe Din that have never arrived. Rahul Gandhi also targeted Amit Shah, saying that he is the one facing serious charges and yet heading the Bharatiya Janata Party. Taking a dig at the Prime Minister, also equating the Modi surnames with Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, Rahul Gandhi said there was a nexus between crony capitalists and the Prime Minister. Remember, yesterday, Rahul as well as Sonia Gandhi launched a series of scathing attacks at Modi government, accusing it of spreading hatred and indulging in divisive politics. Listen in.
Kauravas, the BJP and the RSS like the Kauravas, the BJP and the RSS are designed to fight for power. Like the Pandavas, the Congress is designed to fight for the truth. The people of this country will accept a lying BJP leadership drunk with power because they know that is what the BJP is designed for. They will accept a man accused of murder as the president of the BJP. But the people will never accept the same in the Congress party. किसान कहते हैं कि हम जी नहीं सकते हैं. खेती में से पैसा बनता ही नहीं है. आत्महत्या करनी पड़ती है.
All right, let's just listen into other reactions as well. Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh also attacked the BJP government, accusing the Prime Minister of messing up the nation's economy, even accusing the government of mismanaging the sensitive issue in Jammu and Kashmir. Listen into what was said.
We must recognize that the Modi government has mismanaged the Jammu and Kashmir problems as never before. They have installed a government where the two wings of the government are working against each other. The atmosphere in Jammu and Kashmir is deteriorating day in and day out.
Well, very interesting speech there by the Congress president. Let me first get an update from our correspondent on ground at the plenary session, Supriya Bhardwaj. Supriya, what are the responses emerging after this speech? Give us a few basic insight into it.
Well, Pooja, the poll bugles have been blown for 2019 battle, and Rahul Gandhi has made it clear that it is going to be a Mahabharata between the BJP and the Congress. Behind me, right now you can see that still Rahul Gandhi and all the senior leaders of the Congress party are present on this stage, meeting with the people. And on the other hand, the workers today, the big information, the big high point of this entire two-day Congress's plenary session was that the worker is the king. And somewhere Rahul made it very clear that he's going to break two walls. One, which is between the workers and the leaders of the party. And second, he will go out and try to bring in youngsters from across the country into the Congress party. These are the high points, and also there was a massive attack on Prime Minister. He even defined Modi, which is a surname of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and somewhere it seems that it is going to be a bitter battle between BJP and Congress. One thing is there, the steering committee hasn't been changed. You can see Rahul Gandhi is still there on the stage along with the Congress workers, leaders, everybody, who's who of the Congress party at the moment, along with the Karyakartas. I've been joined by the young leaders as well as the Congress workers. This side are the leaders, this side are the workers. First, a quick word from the young Turks of the party. Javid, your 2 minutes, what was your take as far as the speech is concerned?
One for the party, that Congress is now a party of youngsters. Merit, credibility and action on the ground will take precedence. We are completely energized and electrified, Supriya.
What's your take, Rohan?
Rahul ji clearly told it is a dharma yudh between Pandavas and Kauravas. Pandavas may be little in number, but we are the chairs and we will fight for people of this country.
What's your take?
What Rohanji said, it's a fight between the speakers of truth and the liars. And Rahulji has given a clear message that Congress party is going to empower the youth of the country, common workers of the country, and we are going to topple this government in 2019.
Right. Pooja, quick word from the workers. They are the kings today. आप लोगों को कैसा लगा आपके जो अध्यक्ष हैं, उन्होंने जो कहा है उसके ऊपर कैसा लगा? आज आप लोगों का ही लग रहा है कहीं ना कहीं दिन है.
हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा. राहुल गांधी जी ने आज इस सेशन में कहा है कि अब समय बदलाव का है. बदलाव के दौरान सबसे पहले तो कांग्रेस पार्टी में बदलाव लाया जाएगा और उस बदलाव के तहत देश में मोदी सरकार के खिलाफ आवाज उठाई जाएगी. और
आपको लगता है पार्टी में बदलाव होगा?
नहीं, बिल्कुल ये बहुत सही आज डिसीजन लिया गया है कि पिछले 10 साल से अगर कांग्रेस कहीं पिछड़ रही थी तो उसका सबसे बड़ा कारण था कि यूथ को कहीं ना कहीं इग्नोर किया जा रहा था. और जिस तरीके से राहुल गांधी जी ने कहा है कि अब पैराशूट कैंडिडेट नहीं चलेंगे, जो ग्राउंड में काम करेगा हम उसी को आगे लाने का काम करेंगे.
दीवारें कहा जा रहा है तोड़ी जाएंगी.
हाँ, बोला है उन्होंने कि कार्यकर्ता और नेताओं के बीच में जो दीवार है, जो वो सत्ता को हथियाने के लिए दौड़ते हैं और कार्यकर्ताओं का ख्याल नहीं रखते. उन्होंने कहा ये दीवार तोड़ी जाएगी और कांग्रेस कार्यकर्ता को आगे लाया जाएगा.
तो आप लोग लड़ने के लिए तैयार हैं?
मैडम हम तैयार हैं लड़ने के लिए. राहुल गांधी जी ने कहा है हम उसके आदेश के ऊपर सारे काम करेंगे. मैडम
Back to you in stadium, Pooja.
Supriya, getting us reactions from the young leaders and also from the workers there, because he spoke to both sides. Let's just start the debate now. Why precisely were the statements made? First, joining me in the debate, Dr. Shambit Patra from the Bharatiya Janata Party, from the Congress, Adil Singh Boparai, and from primarily a perspective to give, journalist Smita Prakash as well. I want to first go across to the Congress. Adil, why make this Kauravas comment? Is this the sort of political discourse you are expecting from the Congress party in the near future? Was it probably a bugle to say Congress versus BJP will be like Kauravas and the Pandavas very soon?
Well, Pooja, you have to understand that this is a battle to reclaim India. The RSS and the BJP as a structure stands for lies, deceit, bigotry and hate. They have divided India. Their politics of deceit, broken promises is before the people. There is a nexus today between the Prime Minister and crony capitalists of this country who have looted the banks of this country, who have looted hard-working taxpayers of this country and have fled. And this has happened under the watch of the Prime Minister and the Finance Ministry. Why was the Prime Minister silent? Why was the Finance Minister of this country silent? We all know that Mehul Bhai Choksi, the scamster Mehul Bhai Choksi, had engaged the daughter of the Finance Minister of the country before he fled this country. What is this nexus? What about the farmers' crisis?
Okay.
Look at the farmers today of this country. 12,000 farmers of our country, and this is according to the government's own affidavit in the Supreme Court, committed suicide in 2015. The government, the BJP had promised that on coming to power, they will double farmers' income. The economic survey of 2018,
yes, all this,
the government's
in fact,
economic
yes.
survey of 2018 states that in the past 4 years, farmers' income has remained stagnant. This is a matter of fact. Number two, the CSO data says
was
that
the Kaurava comment
only 4 lakh
important?
Jobs have been created.
What
happened to Mr. Modi's promise of 2 crore jobs?
I think that comparison
You have to understand, this is a battle for the truth.
Battle for the truth.
The BJP is determined to destroy the ethos of India. The BJP is subverting institutions in this country.
Okay,
the
Shambit
Congress Party
Patra,
has always
this
stood
is
for
what
the
happens.
truth.
The Bharatiya
Congress
Janata
Party
Party
has always stood for the idea of India.
I will come back to you.
reclaim
Adil, I will
the
come
idea
back
of
to you.
India.
I will come back to you. Shambit, this is what happens. Bharatiya Janata Party indulges in this brazen nationalist politics, does not cater to the farmer issues, minorities. It's now become the Kauravas. The Congress is quick to cash into it.
So for the last 10 years, when the UPA was in the dispensation of governance, remember, if someone should have been called the Dhritarashtra, then it should have been Manmohan Singh ji, the former Prime Minister, and of course Sonia Gandhi ji, on whose dictation Manmohan Singh ji was working. I do not want to indulge into abuses. I firmly believe that when you have such an important plenary session, when the Congress is having an adivation, I can almost see the palpable tension and the anxiety of having lost almost everything. That's the reason as to why you go into, rather than projecting what is the future of the Congress party, rather than delving upon what is the way the Congress is going to revive itself.
How do you counter the Kauravas' comment that you are powerful,
remember,
you are arrogant, and there are abuses thrown by the BJP? They are the Pandavas, they are the peaceful ones with
the
love.
Kauravas and the Pandavas, I would counter without abusing, simply by saying that it was the Kauravas in the last 10 years. Why 10 years? Last 55 years, which disrobed India of its pride. Thankfully today, because of the rule of Mr. Modi, democratically in this country, we are seeing a surgence of the pride across. When the United Nations says so, when the World Bank says so, when all these bodies says so, Economic Forum says so, when we have in Davos the Prime Minister delivering the keynote address, the Congress party says that these are all fixed, these are all fixed statistics. So I don't want to enter into all that.
See,
just a second.
Yeah, quickly, then
I mean, the most important point that I gathered was there is a divar, there is a kind of wall which has to be broken. And the biggest divar is the Gandhi family. I mean, what is this all plenary session about? It is Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. That is all. So Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi trying to project their family and the interest of the Gandhis. Is India the story of the Gandhi family? Of course not.
Anymore.
We don't need the Gandhis anymore, Mr. Bopparai. Enough of Gandhis. Keep them in the Calcutta Stadium.
It is not the story of Jai Shah. It is not the story of Savarkar who wrote mercy petition.
Remember, let me tell you, sir, both the mother and son are out on bail, and they would be attending the court on 21st of April.
Come out in the open and say democracy is in peril. And then you have BJP thugs coming on national television and sermonizing us what the idea of India is. How does the BJP
Mr. Bopparai, is it not a fact that both Sonia ji and Rahul ji would be attending the courts this 21st of April because they have been summoned by the Patiala court? Are you aware of that?
How the press is being coerced today.
Jail जाने वाले
you would stand testimony to this. How the press is coerced in this country. How the press is induced in this country. We will not.
Pooja, you have to answer this. We have two people from press in this debate. We have an anchor and we have Smita Prakash ji as well. Are you coerced?
Well, I am the moderator here. I'll go to Smita Prakash for that. Smita, yes, Adil, I'll come back to you. Smita, as a journalist yourself, do you think today Rahul Gandhi's speech was something that came as a reinvented Rahul Gandhi, sharp attacks being made, clearly very specific communities also being mentioned? Do you think that that is an improvement from previous speech and of course the comments made for the media as well?
Yeah, Pooja, the speech was like one thali. It had all kinds of pakwan in it, so everybody satisfied. You had the Dalit, you had the Muslim, you had the Hindu, you had something taken in from Hindu mythology, you had Kauravas, you have Pandavas, you had everything out there, in the speech. The first half of the speech I think went well. Somewhere I think he started fumbling when he was talking about this priest and that priest, is priest ne ye kaha, us priest ne, I think that kind of fell through. When it comes to the media, since there was specific question you asked me about the media, I don't think in all these years that we have been working in the media, we hope and wish that any political party will give us any kind of support. We function despite political parties trying to crush us. So I don't think the media expects anything out of any hope or any kind of support or any kind of protection from the Congress party or any other party for that matter. When it comes to the speech, I think it was the most significant part I found was when he said that the stage is empty and there's nobody, which is true. I mean, you didn't see any big picture at the back of Sonia Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, nobody out there, not even Patel, if I might point out.
Is it a new strategy?
Nobody out there in the background, nobody on the stage. He didn't have his mother, he didn't have his sister. Yeah, it's a new strategy where he kind of said that, I'm going to be breaking this wall. You saw that there was some kind of, excitement among the youth Congress probably, but at the same time, there's also skepticism, because how many times have they been promised that the old guard will go, and these parachute people that he's talking about, he forgets that he himself was parachuted at one point of time. But, these parachutes are not going to happen. The point is this: is the youth Congress going to believe that this is what is going to happen? Those karyakartas, those guys who work really hard for a party which has been out of power for so long and doesn't seem to be in power in any state or any hope for coming into power.
Adil, here's the thing: if everything was so democratic, and if
they will be getting the tickets.
So Adil, if everything was so democratic, at least the CWC elections could have been democratic, which I don't remember the last time really it happened. The fact that we know Congress president had to become Rahul Gandhi, that nobody was going to basically oppose him. We saw the one who wanted to oppose, what happened to him. So it's all fair when he gives this speech, but how much is going to play out in action?
Pooja, you have to understand the BJP and their acolytes today are rattled. Four Supreme Court judges of this country come out and say that democracy is in peril. Still the BJP's acolytes say that democracy is intact. We have press channels, we have media channels which are owned by the BJP MP, and still their acolytes want to stay in denial. They're most welcome. The fact of the matter is the Congress party wants to bring in youth. It wants to bring in youth into positions of responsibility. No political party, let me tell you, and I say this with a lot of pride, we had young workers, we had workers from distant parts of this country coming and addressing the plenary session. This is an unprecedented development which has never happened in any political party before. Rahul Gandhiji's vision is to bring in the youth of this country, to bring in hard-working people of this country, people who have the ethos of India
BJP is rattled, and Modi's surnames, the Congress has been quick to pick up. The Lalit Modi and Nirav Modi issues as well. Your government has let them go.
Isn't this a reality?
Can I
Nirav Modi or Chota Modi
question, Pooja?
fled with...
Let me answer.
No,
Mr. Boparai, I am rattled. Why are you rattling? Mr. Boparai, I am worried, I am rattled, but you are behaving like a rattle spokesperson. Don't do that. Allow me to speak.
Personally intervene to ensure that travel papers are insured for Lalit Modi. What about Mehul Bhai Choksi? Have you heard of a situation where a scamster engages the finance minister's daughter as a lawyer? Come on. I don't
want to shout. I don't want this to be a tutu debate. I want it to be a I want to have all sanity in the debate. My God.
छल कपट की राजनीति और नहीं चलेगी आपकी.
राहुल गांधी की तरह मत होइए, मुझे बोलने दीजिए. Number one, I am reminded when in fact Smita ji was speaking.
अरे भैया झूठ ना बोलिए, मोदी जी की तरह झूठ ना बोलिए.
ठीक है सर, सुनिए.
देश झूठ नहीं सुनेगा आपका.
ठीक है. Okay. Pooja, I was reminded of something, this time it is, the buzzword is youth. We'll get youth from here, we'll get youth from there. Do you remember? Can I please speak, Pooja? Do you remember what was the buzzword for 2014? He had given an English interview and the buzzword was empowerment of women. 500 times or so he had said, empowerment of women karna hai, sabko maza aa gaya, hum aise hi maza denge. And this time it is youth. And the question that you had thrown to Smita Prakash was, has there been any improvement in the speech of Rahul Gandhi? Pooja, let me, with all earnest say, we all are not judges and jury to sit over here to decide whether Mr. Rahul Gandhi has improved in speech making sessions or not. This country has important things to fulfill. Dreams of 125 crore people. We don't have to be a jury to a man who is democratically not elected.
But farmers are dying, billionaires are leaving the country.
Did he speak about the farmers? I mean, everything was in rhetoric. Farmers are dying. Well, yes, farmers have a problem in hand. Let me tell you two things. Number one, the day the Modi government announced the... Can I please speak, sir? The question is to me. Let's not shout like this. Please wait, Mr. Boparai. This is not the way. You are educated youth. Let's not fight like this. Let me complete and then you can come in, Mr. Boparai. Number,
Talk on facts,
didn't Mr. Rahul Gandhi say that be courteous? Didn't Mr. Rahul Gandhi say that be courteous?
I'll come back to you. I'll come back.
Number one, I mean, when the farmers issue is taken up, I would just want to remind you of the fact that come the 2018 budget, you would have seen that none other than Mr. M.S. Swaminathan, the father, I would say, of the present Green Revolution and the reforms of the farmers, he came out and he in fact addressed the press, gave out a tweet saying that better late than never. Thankfully, the Modi government fulfilled what M.S. Swaminathan wanted. It comes out from the horse's mouth itself. 1.5 times the MSP for the first time in the Indian history that has happened.
But you're not,
and second
you're not countering to what Rahul Gandhi has precisely how he has attacked the government. He's raised some important questions. He has said...
You asked me the questions, I'll counter them.
So he's basically said that there is this politics of hate and we are not going to go ahead with hate. We are going to break these walls with love. We are going to ensure that all this jumlabazi that is happening
as far as this politics of hate is concerned, that is the biggest jumlabazi. Remember in the Delhi elections about 2 or 3 years ago, when Mr. Barack Obama was over here, the same tape recorder was being played by Rahul Gandhi. Christian pe attack kar diya, Muslimon ko maar diya, to the extent that Mr. Obama himself had to speak ki why are there churches being attacked over here in Delhi. Later, what was the truth? It was all concocted stories of the Congress party. So the people of this country are intelligent enough, Pooja. People would not vote for Bharatiya Janata Party if all the Bharatiya Janata Party was doing
comment from
was
you. I'll
spreading
go to
riots in the
Smita
country.
after that. Please go ahead.
Pooja, you have to separate the wheat from the chaff. Mr. Modi, the candidate Mr. Modi in 2014 said that we'll double farmers' income. The government's own economic survey of 2018 says that farmers' income has remained stagnant. How does Mr. Patra respond to this? Mr. Modi has been proved to be wrong. His promises have been proved to be hollow. Point number one. Point number two, the government's own statistics office says that only 4 lakh jobs was created. How does the BJP respond to this? The government's own affidavit before the Honorable Supreme Court says that 12,000 farmers of this country committed suicide. How does Mr. Patra respond to this?
Absolutely
Today,
wrong.
the BJP is on a path to destroy India. They want to divide India on the range of religion, on the range of caste. The country will not let this happen. Every Congress worker, every right-thinking countryman will defeat the BJP's fascist ideology.
In a single
Supreme
year,
Court judges
as to
have come
how
out in
Mudra
the open.
Yojana has employed 10
How
crore
long will the
people all
BJP
these
stay in
years.
denial?
But it's also important, I'll just go back to Smita now. Smita, do you think...
There is Achhe then only for Jai Shah. There is Achhe then only for Nirav Modi.
Sir, in Jaisa case you are facing, in fact, you are facing a case in the Supreme Court. So please don't shout about Jaisa. Most important issue over here is both mother and son, Sonia ji and Rahul ji, they are going to appear in the court in 21st
Smita, if you heard
for the National Herald case.
If you of course heard the speech and you were putting forth constant tweets as well. It's very interesting the way he mentioned Gauri Lankesh and Kalburgi, and he said anybody trying to speak against the government are being told they'll be silenced, they cannot raise a voice. When it is time to answer questions about farmers, they decide to do yoga at India Gate. So clearly somebody sat with him, or probably he himself managed to make some very specific pointers.
Yeah, see, but the yoga thing was weird, no? He said that he criticized Mr. Modi and said, उन्होंने yoga किया राजपथ पे. Then later he comes back to it and says, मैंने yoga का मजाक उड़ाया. Yoga का मजाक नहीं उड़ाया. What he did was that he had made fun of Mr. Modi doing yoga, right? So there was a dissonance out there. The second point was bringing in Gauri Lankesh, bringing in Shivakasi, bringing in imposition of Hindi. Remember, the South Indian states are going through polls. There is this whole movement in the South, this Dravidian movement, which is just about starting, that they don't like this Hindi imposition and all that. So he is touching many issues, like I said, that in his speech he tried many issues, because there are people in the plenary. He's talking to his own people. He's not talking to the rest of the country. This was speaking to his own people in the Congress plenary. So he is trying to talk to even the South Indians who are there among the audience and telling them that these are issues which I am going to pick up when I go to South. See, he's going to go to Karnataka, and there if he starts talking about imposition of Hindi, it's going to resonate.
Yes.
If he talks about Gauri Lankesh, it's going to resonate. If he talks about going to Pakistan, it's going to resonate. So these are points which have been probably given to him. And you know, when Sambit says that, Pooja, why are you talking about his speech giving? Remember that not being able to give a strong speech is one of the chinks in his armor.
Yes,
everybody
precisely.
says that here is a communicator called Mr. Modi and there is a non-communicator.
So do we have a
called Mr.
fresh
Rahul Gandhi.
speaker coming
So
in
if he is going
in
to
the
make
Congress
an improvement
president
his
in
communication
Rahul Gandhi?
skills, it is something.
Yes, very interesting debate happening, but I need to cut into a short. Welcome back. We are debating and discussing the speech by Congress President Rahul Gandhi at the plenary session. Scathing attack made against the union government. Let me go across to Dr. Shambit Patra from the BJP. Also joining us, Adil Singh Boparai from the Congress Party and journalist Smita Prakash as well from the ANI, the organization that she represents. Shambit Patra, very clearly Rahul Gandhi said that while our leader, referring in many ways to Congress leaders, also Mahatma Gandhi, that they were the ones in jail, they were the ones fighting for freedom struggle, while their leaders, the RSS and later the BJP, were begging the British for mercy. They were the ones who weren't even fighting for the struggle, and this is an allegation that has come up again and again against the RSS.
See, Pooja, let me tell you, I think Smitaji would also agree, and very candidly let me tell you, in all these plenary sessions and adhivation, you are recognized as a leader only when you perform through your actions and not speak. Has Rahul Gandhi performed as yet? Has he delivered as a vice president? Did he deliver as a president of this country? I mean, president of Congress Party, one of the largest party of this country. He has not. While he was the vice president, he almost in a stretch lost 20 elections. Can I please speak, sir? Thereafter you can speak. In a stretch.
Mr. Modi achieved
Can I please speak, sir? This is not the way. I have been going to the social media. People say that young people should not debate this.
No, but RSS keeps talking about the freedom struggle. The fact is...
See, I am not going to 1947 because I firmly believe that this debate is about 2019.
Okay.
I would just limit my one-line answer to the question that you had asked me about the freedom struggle, that let the Congress Party release a press release and say as to where and which district was Sonia Gandhi fighting for, or her family was fighting for India's independence. I don't grant that Sonia ji's father, mother, Gandhi was fighting from Uttar Pradesh or any state in India for India's independence. Mine, yours, Smitaji's
Yes,
and Adil
Adil,
Boparai's forefathers must have been fighting somewhere. But that is not the essence. The essence is, has Rahul Gandhi delivered, or are we here only to discuss about his speeches? Speeches are written by people. Someone gave him a few points, he came he made a speech out there. That's not important. Has he delivered on the ground? Only about 3 days ago,
let's go across
elections. In both these by-elections in Uttar Pradesh, it was a big zero for Congress
Rahul
Party.
Gandhi has exposed your party and has exposed the Prime Minister today. Don't get rattled.
Sir, I'm not rattled. Rahul Gandhi is the one who is rattled, sir.
The BJP
joining all the MRI machines, remember?
Savarkar is the same individual.
Why should I discuss Savarkar, sir? Don't you have a futuristic attitude? Was Savarkar discussed in your plenary session? I'm astonished.
That is the BJP's history. You have to understand this.
I'm astonished.
Mr. Modi has relied on an agenda and a narratives of lies, deceit.
No, you tell me, Sonia ji kahan se ladi hain? स्वतंत्रता का संग्राम सोनिया जी के पिताजी और माताजी कहां से लड़े हैं बताइए जरा.
Which stands for the youth of this
Rather, we all are
country.
fighting against the Europeans.
Don't interrupt.
And I gather Sonia ji is an European.
Not getting into identities.
Please don't
Why should
interrupt.
not we? They are getting into identity.
You stand exposed.
Saying that we are begging before the Britishers. Sonia Gandhi, who cannot even... Sonia Gandhi yesterday, look at the way she pronounced Hindi.
What is your vision
the
for the
faux pas
farmers
of Hindi
of this
that she had yesterday.
What about the youth of this country? What about unemployment? Please, let's speak on issues. You are dividing this country. You are making brothers fight in this country. Your politics is based on lies. Your politics is based on deceit.
Adil, here's the fact.
Adil? And the Honorable Congress President
but here's a fact, while the Congress is
Adil, don't teach us all this nationalism business. Let me tell you, Sonia ji को हिंदी सिखाइए. कल बोल रही थी कि इस देश में हमने राजनीति को बलात्कार कर दिया, बदल दिया को बलात्कार बोला. हिंदी अभी तक सीखी नहीं है. आप हमें सिखा रहे हैं.
मर्सी पिटीशन लिख रहे थे.
आप हमें सिखा रहे हैं.
आप हमें राष्ट्रवाद की बात बताएंगे.
Don't teach us. Don't call us Britishers. Before you call us Britishers, go and teach Hindi to Sonia Gandhi. Hindi बोलने की बात है, हमें आके
with Rahul Gandhi saying that BJP does hate politics, we will do love. We will break walls by love. Will the BJP change its strategy?
What love? You remember during
rather than do politics with UP reporting highest communal clashes as well. under Yogi Adityanath as well. Do you think BJP needs to at least change its strategy, because Congress is going to go ahead with getting communities together?
Pooja, do you remember during the Gujarat elections also, he had made a similar speech in one such plenary session, I've forgotten which, कि हम प्यार से काम करेंगे. Immediately the same evening, they had a tweet saying, "Tu jaake chai bech for the Prime Minister." And about a couple of weeks after that, they had a tweet saying
We
that
still remember the Shamshan Kabristan
not a tweet, it was Manish Shankar Iyer who came and said that Mr. Modi is neech और वो नीच जाति के हैं.
Don't give us lofty rhetoric here.
Is this the kind
We're
of
not
pyar
interested
that
in your
Mr.
lies.
Rahul Gandhi is talking
Tell
about?
us why are
Mr.
farmers
Rahul
committing
Gandhi should be
suicide in
reminded.
this country?
My God, please sir.
Tell us why
Mr.
the
Rahul
youth is
Gandhi should
unemployed
be
in this
reminded
country.
of his father, Mr.
But
Rajiv Gandhi.
other factors, Congress can
Why
go
did four
ahead and
Supreme
keep
Court
talking
judges come out
about
and say that
BJP's
democracy is in peril?
corruption. There have been scams in the UPA which were as massive.
Both their present president and the last president are out on bail, ma'am.
We're not interested
Both
in
of them are out on bail. Because of a
roll out the red
5,000
carpet for
crore
scamsters.
National Herald case,
Mehul Bhai.
both Sonia ji and
Then
Rahul ji
Mehul
are out
Bhai
on
has
bail.
fled the
And they are
country
going to present
with
themselves this
40,000 crore
21st of
rupees.
April in front of the Patiala court. The Patiala court has summoned both the mother and the
Your
son.
president is a former
हो सकता है
tadipar.
they'll go to jail also this time. Who
Your
knows?
president is a former tadipar.
Okay.
How do you
I know.
respond to this? Your president is a former tadipar.
Don't worry sir, वो आपको तड़ीपार करेंगे जल्दी ही.
अच्छा, don't.
बहुत जल्दी
don't-
आप लोगों
don't-
को
don't-
हिंदुस्तान की
don't-
राजनीति से तड़ीपार करेंगे. आप इतना परेशान मत होइए.
चलिए आप
इंतजार
बहुत
करिए.
जल्दी तड़ीपार होने वाले हैं.
आप चिंता मत करिए. बैठिए.
आप बहुत जल्दी देश से तड़ीपार होने वाले हैं.
कहाँ मैं इटली
देश
कहाँ
की
जाऊंगा?
जनता ने
मैं मेरे देश से
आपको
भगा रहे
हराने
पूजा
का
जी. मैं
फैसला
कहाँ
कर
जाऊंगा?
लिया
मैं
है.
तो इटली भी नहीं जा सकता.
अब ये
इनको
झूठ की
समझाइए ना.
राजनीति बंद करिए.
मैं इटली नहीं जा सकता रे मेरे भाई. आप तो इटली भी जा सकते हैं. मैं कहाँ जाऊंगा?
सब ढोंगियों की और भ्रष्ट लोगों की एक ही जगह है, वो है तिहाड़ जेल.
वो आपका अगला प्लेनरी सेशन वही होने वाला है.
तिहाड़ जेल ही जाएंगे.
हाँ, वहाँ कार्तिक चिदम्बरम ऐसे से हाथ कर रहा है रोज. एंड डोंट वरी, द नेक्स्ट प्लेनरी सेशन ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी वुड बी इन तिहाड़ जेल. वो कार्तिक चिदम्बरम, why he does that every day, I don't understand. You in the तिहाड़ जेल also will be doing this.
सारे मित्रों को
Shameless thing.
घसीट के तिहाड़ जेल में लेके आएंगे.
कौन? किसको घसीटोगे भैया?
आपके मित्र को, विजय माल्या को घसीट के तिहाड़ जेल में
पहले
लाएंगे.
सोनिया जी और राहुल जी को तो भेजो पटियाला कोर्ट. 21 अप्रैल को उनकी सुनवाई है भैया.
Smita, you're watching and of course you're hearing both the sides. When Rahul
क्या
Gandhi
बात है?
said,
आपकी पार्टी एक तड़ीपार, एक फॉर्मर तड़ीपार आपका अध्यक्ष है. आप हमें बता रहे हैं
कुछ नहीं होगा वो तड़ीपार बोलने से भैया. आपको तड़ीपार करेंगे. चिंता मत करिए. Yes, sorry, I'm sorry for all this kind of debate.
calm down for 1 second.
हकीकत है, ये हकीकत है.
Adil, 1 second. Let everybody have a chance to speak. Smita, when Rahul Gandhi says at least Congress leaders accept mistakes. If something happens within the party, outside, they'll at least come and say it on stage, while the BJP is so arrogant that they do not even believe. Do you think this is kind of an image building for Rahul Gandhi, a holier than thou, a high moral ground that he's trying to take over Narendra Modi and Amit Shah?
No, I don't understand in which context he said that we correct our mistakes. He said that had we done demonetization, we would have corrected it immediately. If you remember, they had the Vodafone retrospective tax. That was a big mistake. Did they correct it? They didn't correct it. But on the other hand, did the BJP revoke that? No, they didn't do it either. So, you know, when Mr. Patra says ki Tihar jail mein hoga plenary, this is all very nice when he's combating Adil out there and when he says that this is what will happen. But the point is that this 2G, 3G, Damaji, all these people are still out. You know, 4 years of the government, they are not in Tihar jail. You know, they had gone to 2014 election saying ये सब तिहाड़ जेल में बैठेंगे. CWG scam हुआ. अभी भी आप देख रहे हैं कि सारे के सारे plenary session में everybody was sitting out there. So you know, please don't go back and say the same thing to the audience, because now nobody in the crowd wants to listen to who took part in the freedom struggle, who didn't take part in the freedom struggle, who was part of 2G, 3G, Damadji and CWG, and who is still outside despite 2G, 3G, Damadji.
Yeah, how many have the India government really put behind bars? And also, he made a very important point, which I'll just come back to first respond to that.
No, Smita was right when she made a point that whether people whom we had said that we would be punishing are punished. But very respectfully, she's a very senior and a seasoned reporter, a journalist. I would say that look, the law has its own way of functioning, and of course we never have this vendetta politics as the Congress party is accusing us of, and that's the reason as to why we have seen Karti Chidambaram going behind bars. And when we had done that, the Congress party was shouting that badle ki rajniti hai, this is revengeful politics. Gradually we are seeing that the law is closing on Mr. Chidambaram as well. Mr. Bhupinder Singh Hooda in fact has been indicted by none other than the highest court of the country, the Supreme Court, last week, as to how the rich people had usurped the land of the poor farmers in Haryana. And we are seeing as to how Lalu Prasad Yadav after all these years and his family, they have been put to jail. So it's not that we intend to push all these people behind the bars, but for the first time in the history of Indian politics also we are seeing that Sonia ji and Rahul ji are out on bail. Otherwise, nowhere one would have imagined that two of the most powerful people in Indian polity would have been bailed.
Nobody is interested in your lies.
Okay, Adil,
no one is interested in your Rahul Gandhi also, Mr. Bopparai. The man who connects MRI machines throughout the world in the name of medical upliftment, and the man who says that barbers would be trained in ITI.
Pooja, can I come in? This is not a way we can have a debate.
In ITI?
We cannot have a debate like this.
Okay, Adil, go ahead.
Pooja,
go ahead.
Can I come in, please, Pooja?
Yes.
Pooja, the BJP made a mountain out of the 2G case. What did the special CBI court say? The special CBI court said that this was imaginary. It was a misreading and selective distortion and misrepresentation.
But the special CBI court also has pointed fingers towards the PMO, remember?
1,70,000 crore rupees was appointed and given a cushy job by the BJP. Vinod Rai was appointed the chairman of the Banks Bureau by the BJP. Point number one. Point number two, under Mr. Modi's watch, scamsters who are closely linked with the BJP have run away from this country with 40,000 crore rupees. Who tipped them off? Was it the Prime Minister's office?
You are the ones who are doling out all that amount to
what
all
is the
those people who have
relationship
run
of the
from this
Finance
country,
Minister
including Vijay
with
Mallya,
Mehul Bhai
Modi and Mehul
Choksi? It is a matter of record that the Prime Minister's office had intimation of the need of Modi and the Mehul Choksi scam.
But some of the scams also have been accused in the UPA regime. Let's not forget the whole PNB scam and others as well.
Prime Minister personally knows him.
Okay. But
it is a matter of fact. Please go through the CBI FIR.
Yes.
What is being investigated
NDA government came on this plank of Make in India.
Please see the CBI FIR.
It will be Indian manufacturing, it will be Indian farmers, it will be Indian youth. But Rahul Gandhi
Make in India is a flop.
Said,
Skill India is a flop.
Every scheme of India is
a flop. That is the reality today.
That made in China is more prevalent here. China is in Doklam, Nepal, everywhere in Maldives. What is the policy of the Indian government? They've not been able to handle sensitive issues.
They lied to us even about Doklam,
basically failed also at this juncture.
The government of India, the BJP government lied to us about Doklam.
First and foremost, on the issue of Doklam, I would rather congratulate the Modi government than going into any kind. I congratulate because for the first time the assertion with a kind of maturity that the Indian government showed is absolutely seen by everyone. I mean, China itself agreed to the fact that, well, we have to move,
the Chinese
move back.
troops are there at
Doklam. As to how the status quo is
lied to the country.
And we have to have faith.
You told them that disengagement of troops.
Is this the way?
Satellite imagery has said that Chinese troops are in Doklam.
Adil, just here.
Again, you're lying.
Can I please
Please do not take you from Mr. Modi,
Mr. Rahul Gandhi is going to give you a promotion. He has seen you. But allow me to speak, Adil. This is not the way. Number one, as far as the Doklam issue is concerned, we have seen the army chief himself coming out and giving great praise to this government and saying that everything is maintained in Doklam. The question in Doklam is why Mr. Rahul Gandhi has more faith in the Chinese government, why under the darkness of the night he rushes to the Chinese envoy to meet them rather than asking questions and standing with the Indian government.
No, but
why
your party is in the government.
China is going to be like the imagery is saying that Chinese troops are there. There is infrastructure development in Doklam.
Why is
How long will you lie?
Always praising China.
Now satellite imagery is lying.
Why is it that Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes and meet the Chinese authority rather
than
there
are helipads in Doklam.
If they have certain questions,
there
they
are
can ask the Indian government.
Projects
but he goes and meets the Chinese envoy. Why Rahul Gandhi does this? In order to see to it that he plays, he gets a brownie point speaking against Mr. Modi, he will go to any extent.
4 ministers of your government were in Beijing and Shanghai. What were they doing there?
Sir, आप नेहरू जी के कारण चाइना के साथ जो हुआ 1962 में, you have forgotten. It was Nehru who was responsible for the Kashmir problem also. This government is sorting out all the problems. For the first time in Doklam, we have seen as to how maturely India has shown its presence internationally as well. For the first time, we had a surgical strike. You are the ones and your spokespersons were the ones who are constantly asking for proof for the surgical strike. But I'm so sorry, Pooja, this is getting into a tutu meme. I believe that this should be a very mature debate. The rattled Congress spokespersons and the
There are Chinese choppers
in the Congress is
there are Chinese missiles there. What are you talking?
But also let's ask some direct questions from the BJP. What are you going to do for the youth for employment? What are you going to do? Farmers who are marching to Mumbai. There are issues in Himachal Pradesh as well. Farmers are clearly angry at this juncture. They're asking for loans to be waived. It seems that they came on this plank of development, but you just forgot the farmers.
No, Pooja, absolutely wrong. I'll tell you, if we would have forgotten the farmers, if we would not have been doing anything for the farmers, if today BJP is in 22 states, thanks to the peoples and their blessings, including the farmers would not have supported us. Remember, you were speaking about the Maharashtra farmers. Yes, all our sympathy with them, we stand with them. They came to Mumbai, and thanks to the Devendra Fadnavis government, the quickness of the action was quite evident. They came in the morning, and by the evening,
Mr. Patra, they do not need your rhetoric and false promises.
This rattling can be stopped.
Give them C2 plus 50%.
What immature people have they inducted as their spokespersons?
This is not rattling. This is the voice of this country.
You are not the voice of the country, sir. Rahul Gandhi is not the voice of the country. He is voice of a family. Please stop this feudalism. Please stop this feudalism and the slavery of a family, sir. Don't be slave of a family. Mr. Boparai, don't be a slave of a family. You are acting as a slave.
In Mandsaur,
slave of a family.
In Mandsaur,
don't be a slave.
Were fired upon by your government. 14
you are
farmers,
acting as
14
naukar of a family, as a slave
by
of
your
a family.
government.
PDs and the family. My God, enough
farmers
of
were murdered by your
Allow
government in
me to speak, and then you
Mandsaur.
can counter.
You have
respectfully.
blood. You have blood of farmers on your hands.
Oh my God, look
have
at these.
Have you forgotten Mandsaur?
खूनी पंजे वाले दूसरों को ब्लड कर रहे हैं. खूनी पंजे बैठ जाइए. अब बोलने दीजिए. हाँ, number one. See, as far
क्या
as
बात कर रहे हैं? मंदसौर की बात करिए. आप मंदसौर की बात करिए मध्य प्रदेश में.
Mandsaur, do you remember? आग लगा दो, घर जला दो.
What will the government do to calm down the farmers? How are you reaching out to the farmers?
I would like to answer these questions only when we have a sane debate without this tutu meme. It appears extremely insane and quite immature when people see us.
Okay, Adil, 1 minute. I'll just let Sombit speak. Then I'll give you complete time to respond.
See, for the last 70 years, in fact, the farmers is an issue which really needs to be addressed.
No, in your government. Let's not talk about 70 years. Let's talk about your government.
For the first time, I told you, I give you the example of MS Swaminathan, who is in his 90s, coming out, holding a press conference and saying, I'm happy that for the first time any government has accepted the recommendations of the Swaminathan committee. It is not me who
Via farmers and marching to Mumbai, via farmers creating from Tamil Nadu as well.
The farmers came in Mumbai. The plans, whatever the demands were, they were heeded to by Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and the same day they returned happy and satisfied. 34,000 crore rupees has been waived off the farmer waivers in Mumbai. Almost 27,000 crores have reached their accounts. Remember, Pooja, this is the regime in which, because of DBT, direct benefit transfer, the government is saving 60,000 crore rupees of the poor people, the taxpayers' money every year. And Mr. Rajiv Gandhi had himself said that मैं यहाँ से 1 रुपया भेजता हूँ तो 15 पैसे पहुँचता है. That means most of the money
is to be pocketed by the
congressmen.
Adil, go ahead. I give you time now. Please go ahead.
Can I come in,
yes,
Pooja?
Please.
Pooja, I expect Mr. Patra will not interrupt.
I'm always
Please
quiet.
See
You are the one who shouts in the middle.
2014 and compare them with delivery. Where are... Again he's interrupting. Mr. Patra, don't interrupt. Have some debating etiquettes.
How immature
the candidate,
you are,
Mr. Modi, in 2014 had promised that I will transfer 15 lakh rupees in every bank account. Where are those 15 lakh rupees?
They lie in Sonia Gandhi's Almira. Will get that.
Don't worry. 2 crore jobs. Where are those 2 crore jobs? On the contrary, again he's interrupting. Again he's showing that he's rattled, nervous, and
I should not show my teeth also.
The candidate, now the Prime Minister Modi says that please go and sell pakoras. This is the chasm between their promise and delivery. The country is not willing to believe them. Please understand.
Says,
the moment Mr. Modi today starts giving speeches, the people of this country have come to a conclusion that these are all lies.
This is the level to which the Gandhi family,
their own affidavit says that 12,000 farmers have committed suicide. Again he's interrupting.
My God.
Pooja, you need to
now the school principal is going to give me a whack.
Please don't jump from your seat. Please don't jump from your seat. Please don't jump. Can I complete, Pooja?
Yes, quickly. I need to then go
across. He can't answer on facts. The government's own economic survey says that in the past 4 years, farmers' income has remained stagnant. This is not the Congress party saying, Pooja. This is the chief economic advisor saying in its report.
Yes.
And the maximum number of farmers
where are those 2 crore jobs?
Karnataka, Pooja, do you know that?
And
who is in
These are tangibles.
It is the
Let's
Congress
have a debate on tangibles. We are not interested in your lies.
But when is the black money coming back? Black money has been coming back since
Please state facts, Mr. Patra.
2014.
See, as far as the black money is concerned,
forget the black money.
that
These
for
their
last 3
scamster
years, or
friends
the last
are
3 years of the
fleecing the
UPA
banks
dispensation,
and running
they were
away from the
fighting in
country.
Supreme Court, saying that we do not want to form an SIT.
Why does
despite
it
the
look
Supreme
like the
Court wanted.
BJP is still hopping on
You
to
are
what
in
the
power
UPA
for
did?
the past 4 years,
The
Mr.
BJP has moved
Patra.
ahead. For the
You
first
are in
time,
power
we have seen
for the
through
past 4
Ujjwala as to
years.
how 3.5
What have you
crore
done
women
in
have
these
got
past
the
4
LPG
years?
cylinders. For the first time,
Except
18,000
rhetoric,
villages
chest thumping.
which had remained unelectrified for the last 70 years, they have been electrified. Elephanta, the village around
For the
Elephanta
first
came. My
time,
question is why for 70 years
40,000 crore
no one
rupees
thought that
of
electricity could be
public
brought to
money
these villages.
has been stolen
People are not
from the
voting for
banks
us
of this
nothing.
country.
People are voting for
This
us
is the
because we
BJP's
have delivered
contribution.
what we had promised. And the Congress party is rattled because they have no narrative for the future. They don't even
Why
have a
did you
leader.
let Mehul Choksi flee?
They don't even have a leader.
Why
Look
did
at
you
them.
let Nirav Modi flee?
Look at them.
Why did you let Jatin Mehta flee?
Interesting thing. It seems the Karnataka Karyakartas of the Congress party do not want Mr. Rahul Gandhi to come and campaign in Karnataka.
Why would you say that?
It is there everywhere. All the news channels are showing it. You can see the tweets also.
The people
that the
of this
Karnataka
country do not want
Karyakartas
Mr.
have
Modi
requested
anymore.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi
They have made up
not
their
to
mind
come
to
to
vote out Mr.
Karnataka
Modi.
and campaign for the Congress party.
Adil, the fact
country wants to
that
know
half of his
what is
speech
the
was...
Jugalbandi. The country wants to know what is the Jugalbandi between the scamsters and the BJP.
Sir, why do your Karyakartas of Karnataka don't want Rahul Gandhi to campaign in Karnataka? Will you please explain the reason? क्यों नहीं चाहते हैं कि वो कर्नाटक जाए राहुल गांधी?
Again resorting to lies.
Lies?
Again resorting to deceit.
CNN and IBN, all of them, they have all tweeted it. I have the tweet.
Mr. Patra, you have surpassed Mr. Modi's ability to lie.
Don't worry, sir.
Let me tell
But you are
this.
also appearing to surpass
You
Mr.
take
Rahul
the
Gandhi.
cake when it comes to lying.
You are also appearing to surpass Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Please tell
or
us.
rather, you cannot surpass.
Please
No one
tell
can
us.
surpass Rahul, no?
Why
Because
did
he's
you
the only
let
one who can
Mehul
connect those
Choksi
MRI
flee?
machines.
Please
He's
tell
the
us.
only one who can
Why
connect
did
the
you
MRI
let
machines.
Chota
you know?
Modi flee? Please tell us
No,
why
but
did
this
you
will
let
be a
Jatin
question that,
Mehta
yes,
flee?
Adil, I understand. This is a question
What
that will
is
keep
this
coming back to
Jugalbandi?
Shambe.
Of course,
When is
I mean-
Lalit Modi coming back? When is Vijay Mallya coming back? When are the Nirav Modi coming back? Even if they're not coming back, at least get us the money. It is our money. We've
Pooja,
been
this
paying
is a pertinent
our
question,
taxes
and I
regularly.
agree with
They will
you
never
when-
come back.
Yes,
without
and these billionaires
without
are
BJP
rich.
rolled out the
if
red
this
carpet
question
for
is
them.
asked, I firmly believe that the people of this country have every right to
Okay.
question us, and we should give them the answer. Number one, as far as the Vijay
Quickly, then we'll have closing
Mallyas and Nirav Modis are concerned, remember, there was a systemic proximity between the politicians and these loan defaulters before 2014. We have seen as to how Prime Minister Mr. Manmohan Singh had written letters in favor of Vijay Mallya, how Chidambaram had stood by
supported
them.
Vijay Mallya
For the
to
first
become
time
an
we had
MP.
seen as to how the system is working
Mr.
against these people,
Patra,
and that's the reason
But we are
why
still
the good
waiting
days
for our
of
money
these
to
people,
come back.
we have
Still
recovered
waiting for the money
7,000
to be
crore worth
returned.
recovery in
Okay.
Nirav Modi's case.
Smita, final closing comment from you. I'll just then take it from our other panelists as well.
What recovery are you talking about? There has been no recovery.
Okay. I need to close. Yes, Smita, just go ahead. Is this the battle of Kurukshetra we are looking
fled
at?
the country.
Since
In 2019.
look, if it is the battle of Kurukshetra between so-called Pandavas and so-called Kauravas, there'll be blood and gore, and that will be shed by the people of this country, unfortunately. So I hope there is no Mahabharata between these two parties. You know, and if we actually see Adil's point of view, just because he's the underdog in this debate, and we agree that, okay, maybe there is rural distress, and yes, there is urban unemployment. If even in spite of all these things, people are still not voting for the Congress.
Well, definitely,
So you tell me
ruling
that they are
government,
not
yes.
giving a
The
big
ruling
country.
government has a lot to answer. It cannot get away. I now need to shift to the BJP press conference coming in from Nirmala Sitharaman. Thank you to all our panelists for the debate.
Made largely by their party president and also the chairperson, if she's called that, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and briefly responding to the other speakers. I do not want to start, but I'm for want of saying anything better to start with, I want to say, it sounds like a rhetoric of a loser. Devoid of substance. But yet, although it's devoid of substance, I would want to respond to some of the points that they've been raising, which are not substantial at all in a political debate, but still. Kaurava and Pandava. And who are the Pandavas? Who are the Kauravas? Look at this. Who's deciding on the Congress to be the Pandavas? A party which in this free, independent India imposed the emergency, has been solely responsible for the Sikh riots, anti-Sikh riots after the Blue Star, after Mrs. Indira Gandhi's death. A party which had to be thrown out of power because they were clearly involved in about 12 lakh crores of corruption, which are at various stages in different courts. If this country is saddled with a problem in Kashmir, thanks entirely to Congress party. Which party during emergency had made newspapers print front blank pages, black columned pages, completely locked up everybody in the prisons, opposition party, media, in all capacities, media persons were all put in behind bars.
So she's called.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.